Hi, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? Welcome to India, everyone. Yeah. All right. So here's the thing. I know it's a tough act after a coffee break to talk about illusion, but I'm fine with this. That's fine. All right. But you know, when things go right and when they spill over, you kind of have a spiritual mess. So, but on a serious note, what is illusion, right? There's a word in Hindi called Maya, right? Now, what is Maya? Okay, I'm going to try to explain this to you in the best possible way. For all of us, what we see is reality, right? And what we don't see is not reality. But in reality, what seems like reality is not really reality at all. But what doesn't seem like reality is something, but what seems like reality is something that we cannot sense or touch, right? Has everyone understood that? I just said that to confuse you guys. It has nothing to do with Maya. I'm kidding. It has a lot to do with Maya. For the ones who actually understood that, it makes a lot of sense, okay? So now I'm an illusionist, a magician, a mentalist, as you've seen it on the video. Technically, all of them are the same thing, but if you go deeper, they're kind of different. So a magician is basically, it involves everything. So mentalist is a magician, an illusionist is a magician, and a magician is a magician, but a mentalist is not a magician, right? Now, what is the difference between a magician, a mentalist, and an illusionist, right? Magic in India was probably one of the first few professions, and you had the shamans and all of these people actually do magic, right? So magic has been in India for a very long time. But over the past few years, it's kind of lost its touch. Look abroad, look at Vegas, look at Europe. It's a billion-dollar industry over there. You have the likes of David Copperfield, Penn and Teller, Chris Angel, Sigmund Freud. All of these people have a show in Vegas and it goes house full. And unfortunately, that's not the case in India. So I was actually trying to figure out why is that happening, right? And just a few, actually a year back, I was at this conference and there was this very learned man, his name is Guru Anandji. He was giving a talk on religion and he was approximately giving the same talk. He was like, why is religion lost its touch? And I'm like, wait a minute, I asked myself that same question, why is magic lost its touch? So I'm like, there could be a relation between the answers. So this is what he told me. He's like, a human brain is a very complex thing, and yet it is a very simple thing. It is very easy to manipulate and influence anyone's brain, right? Now, in order for us to learn about religion, or for me in terms of magic, for us to get acquainted with religion, it needs to be updated, right? Everything needs to be updated, right? Like you have the latest Bollywood movies, you have the latest songs coming out. I'm sure you guys don't check out a Twitter feed which is a month old, right? Whatever is new is in, and whatever is old is history, right? So he was saying that religion has not been updated, because of which people are losing interest and people are like, dude, what's in religion, man? It's just हमारे दादी के समय का. It's grandparents used to pray and all of that stuff. That's our present generation, and I don't agree with that, because I come from a family where we guys have to go to our ashram, which is 200 kilometers away from Delhi every month almost. But here's the thing, magic and illusion, if I ask you, what is magic and illusion, right? The first image that's going to come into your head is of a birthday party magician, right? Who's wearing a sherwani and who does gilly gilly choo, right? Now, I used to get that a lot. Like 2.5, 3 years back, I used to tell everyone, I'm a magician. So they're like, no, seriously, what do you do for a living? Like, dude, I'm a magician, man. Like, why can't someone be a magician? And then they used to be like, oh, so actually my son is having a birthday party next week, so why don't you come for that? So I'm like, sir, with all due respect, actually I don't do birthday parties and all of that stuff, and I'll be a little too expensive for you. So generally, if someone insults me like that, I insult them back. But so now let me explain to you how this whole magic came into my life. So my dad was at Harvard, and he was doing his advanced management program, and there was this gentleman who was giving a talk on innovation, and he just happened to be a magician. So I was like, great, I was in my 11th. I was in 11th, and I just go up to him, and I wasn't in a very good mood. Okay, I was kind of pissed off at that time. So I'm like, sir, can you please show me something? And he did, and he showed me magic for like a whole 2 hours straight, one-on-one, and by the end of it, I was like blown away. I was like, wow. Like, I didn't know what was real, what was not. And then, okay, so I have a thing, okay, I think a lot. So I go back, as I'm trying to sleep, but while I'm trying to sleep, I'm thinking. I was like, wait a minute. Earlier, before he started performing for me, I wasn't in a very good mood, right? And now 2 hours later, after him performing, I don't even realize that I was in a bad mood. So technically, he had the power to transform my mood, right? And by the end of it, I didn't even realize that I had anything to worry about. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I wanted to learn how to do this. So the next day I go up to him and I'm like, sir, please teach me something. So he's like, why should I teach you something? So I'm like, because you made me feel something that not many people have let me feel. It made me feel happy. So he thought it was a good enough reason. So he gave me a book. He went up to his room and he gave me a book which was like 800 pages. And he just slammed the book on the table and he's like, go through this. I'm like, okay, So 4 months later, nothing happened. I came back to India. I lost interest again. And then one day I got an epiphany. I live in Bombay, yeah? So we're right next to the sea. So when I got this epiphany, I literally took my phone. I called up my mom and dad and I'm like, Mom and Dad, I am throwing away my phone into the sea. Please do not contact me for the next 1 month. I am going to be practicing magic in my house. Okay? I took the phone, I threw it inside the sea, and I literally locked myself up for the next 1 month. And all I did was just go through that book, and while watching television shows, stuff I downloaded from torrents, which I shouldn't do, I was practicing magic. So I would like practice magic for like 14-15 hours in a day, and that's how I started off with magic. And then I realized that I was gaining confidence and I was becoming better. So my friends would come every thrice in a week, and I would show them magic, and my parents would also come once in a while and I would show them magic, and then they'll be like, buddy, you screwed up there, you screwed up there, you screwed up there. Then I would go back, I would practice it again, then I would come back and I would practice it and I would perform it again, and then I would perform it well, and then I'd go on to the next thing. So that's how I started off. And then approximately 5 to 7 months later, I finished that 800-page book. So I mailed to this man called Jason Randall who got me into magic at that time. And I told him, I'm like, yeah, I finished this book. He's like, buddy, there are 7 more volumes. Anyway, so I'm going to ask you questions about the card. You can either say the truth or you can lie. That's absolutely up to you. And it is my job to figure out if you're saying the truth or if you're lying, and I'm going to figure out what your card is based on that. I want you to put your hand up like this. Imagine your hand, imagine it to be a huge black screen, okay? And all I want you to do, I want you to keep on getting it closer and closer to you. And as it keeps on getting closer and closer to you,